Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Richardson, the #1 educator in the asset recovery business. Today, I have a great video in store, guys. I'm going to give you guys 5 things you should avoid if you're doing this business. If you're new to the page, welcome. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys already know I'm doing this content for you guys so you can dominate in this industry. Now here, guys, I have a list of 5 things that we want to avoid in surplus funds. This is going to be a great video. Make sure you watch the whole thing and possibly take notes as well. The first thing is going to be thinking that a property has a surplus just because it sells for higher than the opening bid. Now, I know this might sound contradictory to what you probably learn in surplus funds. Anytime a property sells for more than the opening bid, typically that does lead to a surplus. But there are some scenarios where that opening bid isn't actually all that is what was owed. In some scenarios, an opening bid might be 2/3 of the appraised value. An opening bid might just be a dollar amount that a trustee deems as reasonable to start the auction. We want to verify that the amount owed is going to be less than what the property actually sells for to confirm a surplus. There's many people who will get in this business, they'll see a property sell for more than an opening bid, say, hey, there's a surplus without doing any due diligence, and then they get devastated when they go sign up a client, submit a claim, and then they get information that, hey, there actually is no surplus. So how can we verify how much somebody owes? Well, on the tax sale, guys, the fortunate thing is typically that is the opening bid, but we can always check the tax sale information. We can go to the county and see how much they actually owed in their taxes. When it comes to mortgage foreclosures, judicial and non-judicial, we want to check that final judgment document, that final writ amount, and then we want to add in some additional fees and interest, attorney fees, fees from the county, fees from the trustee, and we want to make sure that that sell amount is much higher so that we can determine that. Number 2, not asking your client if they had a second mortgage or a lien. Guys, if somebody's foreclosed and they have a second mortgage on the property or they have a lien on the property, guess what? That second mortgage and that lien has priority rights towards the surplus. So if you're new starting this business, I'm trying to give you guys these warnings so you're not devastated if you cannot actually pursue any type of funds. These are qualifying questions that you should be asking your client when you're on the phone with them. Number 3, giving up after one call and one text. Can't explain to you how many people actually do this mistake. Me, I use XS Elite CRM. Has automated follow-up. We do a 3 to 4 follow-up campaign in which we send an initial email, text, wait a day, follow-up text, wait a day, follow-up text, wait a day, final reach out. And guess what? Most clients respond to typically that second or third text. If you call a client once and text them once and say, oh, this isn't the correct number, and move to the next one, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, guys, because how many people nowadays actually pick up on the first call? Not a lot. Also, if they get a text, they might be busy. If they get a follow-up text, boom, it can actually stop them. Wait a second, who's this company that keeps messaging me? So that's definitely something you want to avoid. Number 4, being cheap and not using an attorney. Guys, I've dropped so many videos. You can get an attorney that is contingent, meaning it's not going to cost you any upfront fees. Attorneys have expertise. They're going to be able to take on the workload. You just focus on marketing and closing clients and they'll take care of it for you. But there are some people who just be cheap. They're like, you know what, I want to get 30%, 20% for helping a client. Let me go ahead and try to do all this work. And then they find themselves stressing out because there's some filing documents that they don't know what to do, or maybe the claim goes to interplead, or now the county has to communicate with an attorney anyway, and it just stresses them out. So don't be cheap, guys. Use an attorney. I'm here to help. If you need an attorney, reach out to me if you're one of my students. Number 5, having an unrealistic expectation on payouts. And this is very serious, guys. We know that in this business, it's a legal claim. That means there's a process. Typically, claims are going to get paid out within 30 to 120 days, sometimes even more. Surplus funds, asset recovery is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a scheme at all. We're just helping people file claims. Claims take time to be reviewed. Claims take time to validate who's actually entitled to these funds. So it's very important that we understand that this business does take time to get paid. It's a beautiful business, guys. We're not trying to sell any type of terrible products. We're literally just helping people reunite them with funds that they're entitled to. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Try to avoid those 5 things. If you want to get started in surplus funds, you want the training, all the documents, learn from somebody who's actually still doing this business, check the link in the description. I'm looking forward to helping you out.